All right, guys, we are just above the vegetable garden and we're going to talk about Morella cerifera, southern wax myrtle. But I have to tell you, when I was a student, this was Myrica cerifera, and somewhere along the lines it got recategorized as Morella instead of Myrica. The leaf arrangement is alternate, the leaf form is simple, the leaf margin is serrated. These have very distinct foliage, and I have to say, when you crush them, they have a distinct fragrance. So, as always, take in plants with all of your senses. The plant type is a shrub. It's broadleaf and evergreen. Its height is considered large. Form is rounded. Not real picky about soil. For moisture preferences, these are native to lowland areas, but they tolerate a variety of moisture, and I've had them used as screens in some very dry, sandy areas, which is as far from their native habitat as possible, but they've done very well. Not anything real noteworthy about pruning. They can be limbed up tree form, they can be hedge sheared. You can just plunge prune them to control a more natural shape and size, but nothing real picky about pruning. Growth rate is rapid. And by rapid, I mean up to 5 feet annually. That's rapid. Exposure to light is sun to partial. Climactic hardiness zones 7 through 10. So this is a very southern plant, as its common name, southern wax myrtle, implies. Landscape uses, it's ideal for a naturalized setting, for a screen, or other. I put tree form. I've seen them used that way. Flowers are insignificant. Fruit are profuse. They are a berry covered in a waxy blue coating. I do not see any on these particular specimens. I'll try and send a photo to you guys later this week. 1/8 of an inch, they're not edible. As a side note, if you've ever heard the reference to Bayberry Candles, Bayberry Candles are made from the waxy coating of those berries. You know, my father is a forester, and you know we are naturalists and love to experiment with all kinds of things. So one year we decided we were going to make bayberry candles. And I harvested the equivalent of maybe 2 5-gallon buckets of these berries. Remember, they're 1/8 of an inch in size. That was a whole lot of berries. We boiled them down to release the wax, and we made a whopping 6 5-inch candles. So not a whole lot. And I did the harvesting, my dad did the cooking down and the making of the candles. So very labor intensive. Autumn color is not applicable. Leaf texture is fine to medium. As I said, fragrant when crushed. When in doubt, always smell the sample. Notable bark characteristics, it's gray, almost white bark. It's hard to appreciate that because it rained this morning, so everything's a little dark. But when you do see these limbed up, it is obvious that it's a very silvery grayish bark, almost white. Notable cultivars, I only selected one. It's called Don's Dwarf. It's a compact form with larger leaves. It is my understanding that the hedge on the right side of the pathway there is Don's Dwarf. No serious pests and diseases. It is a North Carolina native. It is a U.S. native. It is not invasive. It is incredibly salt tolerant. For other information, this plant is dioecious. So only the females produce the berries. So by chance, these that are berryless could be male specimens for sure. This does fix atmospheric nitrogen, so that's a great thing. It can promote healthy soil because of that. And it has a colonizing root system. So you can go from a single plant or a triple plant to a grove in no time fast. You can see there's a sucker right there starting to emerge, a couple of them. So it's got a colonizing root system, so it will grow a thicket very quickly. I don't have the dirt pages written down, but like I said, we're on the service road near the veggie garden. On the back side of Kennedy Hall, when we're on some plant walks, I'll be sure to to point out some hedge trimmed specimens that are very compact. Almost have a different look to the foliage because they're so compact, but that way you can kind of compare the two, because this grouping here is very naturalistic in its culture. Thanks, guys.